I'm Rebekah Taussig, author of Sitting Pretty, The View from My Ordinary, Resilient, Disabled Body. And I'm so excited that my book is part of the 2022-23 NEA Big Read. One of the reasons I wrote this book was because I didn't have anything like it when I was growing up. I grew up paralyzed and moved through the world in a little hot pink wheelchair. And if I saw stories that included disability at all, they were more often than not flat and trite, oversimplified, or sensationalized. So Sitting Pretty is a memoir-in-essays that tells honest, funny, sometimes heartbreaking, but thought-provoking stories about my life as a disabled woman. The book is deeply personal, as I'm diving headfirst into the highs and lows of things like love and romance and teaching and grappling with my identity as a woman, but it's also informed by my PhD work in disability studies. It asks big questions about what it means to be tethered to a body at all, what it means to be genuinely kind, what the lack of representation or misrepresentation in media does to a person. It was important to me to make sure that these challenging conversations felt like an invitation, that they were accessible to all kinds of readers. While the book is fueled by big questions and a lot of academic knowledge, it was also so important to me to tell a story that could engage my professors and my 14-year-old niece, that no one would be pushed out by jargon or unnecessarily abstract thinking. The tone is conversational, it's inviting, it's warm, but it's also curious and challenging. I think this book is all about connections between neighbors. It's about sparking conversations that don't have easy answers, but matter for all of us. When I think about NEA Big Read communities reading my book and my hopes for those conversations, I hope Sitting Pretty sparks thought-provoking conversations and offers a whole new slant for seeing ourselves in the world. So often we think of bodies in distinct categories like disabled and not disabled, and we see this giant chasm between those groups of people. And in some ways, there are important and distinct differences in our experiences of the world. But also, we are all living in bodies with limitations and points of access. And there are ways that all of our bodies are moving in and out of disabling states across our lifetimes. And all of us, if we live long enough, become disabled. This is something that we should all be thinking about, and not in a dreadful way, but in a way that allows us to imagine more for each other. Imagine a world that can bring ease and creativity to all of us. My hope is that NEA Big Read communities would be able to connect with each other as they explore these questions and start to imagine a more inclusive, accessible, and genuinely kinder world for and with each other. I often wish people asked me more questions about craft, especially the voice I've cultivated as a writer. It's been a long and labored journey that started with very angsty, dramatic poems I wrote as a child, and this fat notebook I would carry around with me. But I think my voice on the page reflects so many of the values I have as a writer, because I believe that life is usually more than one thing at a time. It can be crushing and funny, dreadful and hopeful. I believe that big questions are for all of us, and they don't have to be scary. I believe we get further when we collaborate, when we're communicating together. And I think I'm holding on to all of that in my voice on the page. And I hope that readers feel that in my voice.